Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. And inch by inch and row by row, someone blessed these seeds I sow, and someone warmed them from below till the rains come tumbling down.
Okay, hi guys, I'm back for another update. I'm going to take you through and kind of show you where some of the changes are. I got a different camera finally, but everything is growing all right considering the fact that we haven't had any sunshine here. You know, it's been well, since I made that last update, we might have had 2 days of sunshine. Today looks pretty promising, but as you can see, there is some change in things. My top layer is pretty much still, you know, stuff that's just coming up, but as you look around, you can see that in fact we have had some change. Everything seems to just kind of be holding right now. It needs some really direct sunshine, which I'm going to get today. So it pretty much shows you where we're at here in terms of the plants. And I'm going to sit down and visit with you for a few minutes. So I'll be right back. This would be update number 6. As I mentioned in the shorter section prior to this, that everything has sort of just been holding its own in terms of growth because we haven't had any sunshine. Thank God today it's here and it's supposed to get real nice, like up around 60 degrees. And I can get outside and get working, and you know, I got a lot of preparation to do on beds. I got a lot of compost to add to things, and just general spring cleanup. There's a lot of that. I've almost got my wood pile. The one here at the house I've almost got finished. I kind of strained my back a little bit, so I've been easing off of it some, but I'm going to try to finish it up today and just get moving with things. I would like to talk a little bit more about the question and answer forum that I'd like to set up. I've been getting quite a few questions about different things in my mail, and I thought it would be good if I could, you know, answer them on a video, the questions. That way, if there's other people that have the same questions, then, you know, they'll get the answers too. And one of the big questions that come up recently is about compost. You know, a lot of people aren't in a position to you know, they don't either have the material to make the compost, or they don't have a lot of room, but their garden requires a lot of compost. One subscriber of mine, Michigan Mad Max, she wrote me, and you know, she said that she's really at a loss. She's been reading books. That's, in my opinion, you know, as you guys know, I'm of the belief of throw the instructions away attitude. But anyway, she's confused about the mix of compost, and you know, whether she can add her rabbit manure, and just a lot of different questions, which is understandable. And she's got real hard pan ground. She tried to rototill and was only going down a couple of inches. And I initially answered her back, and I said the answer to the problem in 3 words is compost, compost, compost. And then she responded saying she really doesn't have, you know, she's not in the right position to make a lot of compost like I am. And so I suggested to her a whole list of things that could be used to compost, because she was concerned about available materials. And another thing she was confused about is, as you read in the books, you know, there's the formula 2 to 1, 2 parts dry to 1 part green, and you know, this and that, and basically, my answer to that is, if you pile a pile of leaves there, and you throw, you know, if you just pile a pile of organic material in a corner someplace, and you leave it long enough, and it's going to be black humus dirt. Nice, good humus. As in the forest floor. The idea of doing it correctly is to speed the process up. It's going to compost, just like you are. That's the nature of the mother. And I'm kind of quoting the letter I wrote back to her, but that's okay. If you do everything ideally, then you're going to get workable material quite a bit quicker. That is, if you just, you know, let the mother do her work in her own time. But again, it's not science. It doesn't have to be exactly 2 parts dry to 1 part green. You know, it'll all work. You know, it'll all happen if you just have a little bit of patience. But for those of you who can't, are not in a position to really make a bunch of compost or what, you might try your local landfills. I know that here in South Dakota and in Maine, where I lived, you know, previously, you can go to the landfill, and a lot of times they actually make the compost. You know, they turn it with tractors and so on and so forth, and you buy it for a nominal fee per truckload. If they don't have that, they certainly have an area where everybody dumps that kind of stuff. Lawn clippings, leaves, you know, all of that stuff that you can use to compost, and you can simply go out and shovel on truckloads and get it for nothing. And you don't have to have a proper compost bin. You know, you guys who have seen my previous videos know I made mine out of pallets. You can use, you know, hog wire. You can use chicken wire. You can make it in trash cans, providing you drill a bunch of holes in them. But it doesn't have to be any, you know, like organic gardening magazine compost. You know, the perfect setup. All you're doing is containing the air, the material, and allowing it to breathe. That's the idea. And anyway, and so any of you who have questions that you'd like me to answer, or specifically, just you know, shoot me a note, and I'll see if I can't cover it. I'm going to do a couple of things. So I'm going to start doing a couple of things. Every update, I'm going to mention another gardening site on YouTube that I would recommend and that you can go to and be entertained as well as learn something. And I'd like to start out with with Michigan. Oh, wait a minute. Now I had it written down. Michigan Snow Pony. She's a great gal. She has horses. She's really doing a lot of things, and she's very entertaining. And I enjoy her videos a lot, and I think you would too. So maybe take a look at that. It's Michigan Snow Pony. Another thing I'd like to do is I'm going to end each one of these updates with a garden quote that I think is applicable and you know, kind of a fun thing to do. I don't have a lot more right now to add to the video, but I'm happy to have a new camera. I may not be once I see this video because it may show my old decrepit self way too well, but so be it, you know. Another thing that I'm going to mention that was suggested to me as well about canning lids. You know, if you can as much food as I do, it would get expensive to have to buy those lids every year, and they may not be available. You know, we don't know what's coming down the road. So it'd be really frugal of you to reuse your canning lids. And in order to do that, be a little gentle when you take them off. You know, don't use a hammer or something. You take them off gently. And I put them in a coffee can. Every time I open a can of something and use, I take that cover and I throw it in a coffee can. Then this fall, well, obviously wash them well and then put them in a coffee can. But this fall, when I get to canning again, I'll take them all and put them in a pan of boiling water with 2 tablespoons of baking soda. And just let them work in there for a few minutes, take them out, rinse them well, dry them well, and you can reuse them over and over and over again. I have done this, it worked. I've had stuff last for over a year. I've never actually, other than the occasional one that doesn't seal, which you'll have with brand new caps, I've never had a problem. And I've saved a lot of money doing that. Money that could be, better spent on other things. So I did want to mention that. And I think well, there was something else I wanted to talk to you about, and I can't remember it now, of course. So I guess I'll wrap it up. But my garden quote for this week is, you need patience to be a good gardener. If you don't have patience and you stick with gardening, you'll learn patience. And that is by a man by the name of Bill Terrell, Jr. I'm hoping all of you are enjoying some nice weather and being able, getting out in the garden and doing some stuff. And I'm as anxious as I'm sure you are. So happy spring, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you.